The sky nice the same, the stars, the moon.
But wait a minute! This isn't supposed to be the finale. I thought there were going to be co-op commentaries. Why, I thought there were going to be many more parts to this spectacular series you've been doing on Spax. How could it possibly end here, you might ask? Well, that's an interesting question. And the short answer of that is, I just stopped giving a shit. But there's a long answer to it. And I'll give you the long answer to it. I just stopped giving a shit. Video's over. Go fuck yourselves. Ah, no, I'm kidding. Well, it's kind of like this. You know, making this series has been kind of fun. You know, I've enjoyed doing it. I'd almost say it's kind of like fucking your girlfriend. Imagine you're super horny, right? And you get home and you are going to ride your girlfriend's ass. I mean, you guys are going to do the freakiest, kinkiest shit you can imagine. God help the neighbors if they look into the window, because you are going to mentally scar their fucking children. The freaky, kinky ass shit that you're going to be doing would make X-rated porn sites blush. I mean, you guys are going to do some fucked up stuff. It's going to be great, man. You are fucking raring to go. And 3 minutes in, you bust your nut. And then what happens? You're like, oh, God, fuck this shit. Honey, put away the lube and the handcuffs. I've got to go take a nap. And make me a sandwich. Well, I busted my nut about 10 parts ago. And I've just half-heartedly been kind of meandering my way through this. I had a grand plan, you see. I was going to dissect Spax part by part, piece by piece by piece. And I was going to show you why he's such a huge cunt. Because I just dislike the guy. I dislike what he does. But somewhere in there, it got to be more of a chore than a hobby. It got to be more work than it was worth. And I thought, well, I'll give it a unique spin. I'll do co-op commentaries. That'd be kind of cool. Get new people in there. Some people who don't like Spax. Some people who do commentaries just on other shit. And just, a random assortment of whoever just feels like joining it. And I was really into this idea. I thought, hey, this is going to be great, Get some fresh blood into it. It'll be fun. And just kind of go from there, until the logical closure point, which was going to be the very last part. And then I came to realize, no, it really isn't worth it. It's kind of like beating a dead horse. This was more meant to be a commentary on Spax, on what I don't like about him. And I thought kind of doing commentaries, co-op commentaries with other people would be kind of cool, but I came to the conclusion that I don't want to be a goon imitation. I don't want to come off as some Retsupre wannabe. And even though they're not technically dealing with Spax, that's kind of what they do. They get a group of people together, they do commentaries, and they're really good at it. But I didn't want to be, mimicking them. I didn't want to be a clone of them. And I didn't really think about it until kind of later on into it. And I was like, well, it might be taken as that way. And so I thought, yeah, I'm going to avoid it. I'm not going to be... I am not going to be Armic 21's fail sessions, which was a weak attempt at Retsupraying, which fell flat on its ass because that's what deserves to happen. Now, I'm not saying you can't do commentaries on shit. You can comment on whatever the hell you want. But I'm saying your commentaries should be good, and there should be a purpose to it, and it shouldn't just be noise to have noise. And that, and I also thought about the technical limitations. Geez, I'm going to have to make sure mics are working. I'm going to be using a bunch of different services from Skype to MSN to AIM or what, all this different shit. And it would have been I really do think it would have been a cool idea, but I just felt a little dirty on how it might be taken and kind of how it would be seen. Which led me to think about a couple other things. Like I said, when I originally started this, I really liked making fun of Spax. I fucking enjoyed it. He is a walking target that deserves to be made fun of. He is a douchebag. And, over the last half a fucking year, I've met his ex-friends, I've met people he's fucked over, people from his forum, just random people he's encountered. And the general idea I get about him, the general consensus, is he really is a dick. Now, that's what I dislike about him. And I really didn't like his videos in the beginning either. I thought they were shit. Now, somebody asked me recently, oh, what did you think of his most recent video? Is Sonic Unleashed? Or I don't know what the fuck it was. It was something, right? His most recent video. What did you think of it? And I'm going to be honest. I thought it was actually pretty good. Thought he did a good job on it. Now, just because I think he did a good job, an okay job at a video, doesn't mean he's any less of a douchebag or any less of a dick. He's still a dick. He's still a douchebag. It just means, right, that he did an okay job. And so, it's hard to go and rip on his older videos now that you kind of see that his newer videos, at least he's getting an idea of what fucked his older stuff over, and he's kind of moving away from that. And I'm not talking about, apologizing to Griffith, right? Bullshit. I don't buy that for a second. I'm just talking about how he has it structured, how he has it ordered, the audio quality, the visual quality. He's doing a good job. He's doing an okay job. I can't ride the guy for doing, something decently. And so, it's all the shit kind of piling in, and uh, that's kind of why I decided just to stop, just finale, end, over, done, right? Over this course of this series, I've looked at different aspects of him. His video reviews, which, were pretty god awful. His DeviantArt account, which is bullshit. I touched a little bit on his obsession with Creep. I was going to have a whole episode where I talked about how he wants to fuck an anthropomorphic bunny that's really 6 years old, and what kind of fucked up shit that says about him. Because it does say fucked up shit about you if you want to fuck a baby rabbit. I'm sorry, I know this is the internet, I know we all jack off to weird shit, but if you want to fuck a 6-year-old rabbit, you got something going on upstairs that's not fully on kilt. You know what I mean? You're a little off base. I talked about his Griffith, obsession and the boycott and all that, and even about how he fucked over people. Like Mulder Yuffie, he fucked over Mulder Yuffie about the girl who he threatened to have his mom sue and all this shit. And if you're curious, I was going to do all these video reviews. I was going to go through all his videos and show each instance of copyright infringement for a purpose. I wasn't doing it just because I wanted to extend the length of the series. I wanted my final point, the final video that was going to be at the very tail end of this, to really have substance. I was going to show how many times he's infringed copyrights of other people, which I'm sure would have been well over 300 or 400 times in his past 14, 15 videos. It really would have been a good high number. And then I was going to cap it off by having a copyright attorney do a little video segment. It was going to be a little Q&A about maybe 5 to 10 minutes long, where I was going to have him explain just how copyright and trademark work on the internet. And to show you just why it is Spax is such a douchebag. Because he abuses that system, and he does it illegally. Don't mistake the fact that YouTube will take down videos as them somehow, legitimizing the claim. It doesn't. They're just doing it as a business standpoint, or a business practice. Right? They're not saying that because they took a video down it necessarily infringes on a copyright. That hasn't been proven. They're just doing it because they don't want to deal with the fucking headache. So anybody can flag a video and get it taken down, And so I was going to have this guy come on, and I was going to show him the copyright infringements on Spax's behalf, and then I was going to show him different ways Spax has abused the system, and then I was going to have him merely comment on, how bullshit that was. What his honest opinion was on trademark, on copyright, on how the system should work, and how it does work. Because I wanted that very last video to impart to you the knowledge that, yes, you can make fun of somebody. Yes, you can, do satire, you can do comedy, you can do commentary. You don't have to be afraid of some dickhead who lives in his parents' basement who swears his mom is a lawyer. Because I'll tell you what, you go watch Spax's videos, you watch them really carefully, and you look at the instances where he gets film of his home. Look at the bathroom, look at the kitchen, look at his bedroom, his backyard, and his property. Now, lawyers make a good amount of money, and you're going to tell me after looking at his home that his mom's a lawyer? Well, then she must be the worst fucking lawyer in the history of the world, because, frankly, if his mom was a lawyer, they'd be living in a lot better house than he does. So, all that talk about her being a lawyer, I say it's bullshit. I, in fact, would claim that, at most, she was a legal aid. She was, basically a secretary with a really nice title. And there are ways to corroborate this. You can actually look up a legal license, somebody's, document to practice law. All you got to do is look at his hometown, his hometown, his home state, and you can get the documentation and prove, basically, she is not a lawyer. So that was going to be my closure point. It was going to be fantastic, right? It's going to really nail his ass to the wall with that. And then it was going to die. I was going to be done. Hooray for me. I can walk away and it'll be done.